All right, so now we're at the optimizations tab and we're in the result viewer. So you can see that this has created an optimization result, and the resume, the optimized resume, is visible here. We can download the resume. I'll go ahead and show you guys that, but it's really just a text file at this point. We do have the ability to deal with templates. This is a technology part that we're still working on, but it essentially allows you to define all of the positional elements. So if you have a particular style or format of resume you like that you want to consistently use, you just upload that and just make sure that you have these placeholders in place. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. Okay, so now we have a very specific tuned resume for that exact role. Okay. So it talks about the roles that I've had in the context of the job posting that we are focused on. All right. It'll choose the appropriate experience that makes the most sense. So if you had multiple resumes and multiple experiences, it would know which ones to choose. It would talk about different technical skills, keywords, all that jazz. And then it also creates a cover letter for you. All right. Now I'll pause the screen here where you can look at this. Some of the stuff you might want to rerun, right? So just because you've done it here once doesn't mean that you can't run it again. So you can run it again, you can tune it, you can ask for language change. And the other thing you can do too is just you can just download. I think it's going to be a popular feature. And let's talk more about the results. Okay, so you will have to try this. There's a free trial, so you can go give this a shot and see how the alignment works for you, for your resume and your jobs. Okay. Now, when you get through this, you're going to notice that there's a lot of language that's very much aligned. It's pulled from the right and proper dimension. So if the job was more technical, that would be, you'd see technical language. If it's business and leadership, you would see that kind of language. So it's all about the engineered context. Okay, and then it'll ultimately give you a rundown of certain statistics, different types of scoring. So this one here says 85% about how well this resume aligns with the job posting. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the cover letter. I'll just leave it on here. You can read it. It's the same kind of thing. You can download it in text. We don't have templates for the cover letter. It's pretty basic. We think you can just load it into your Word editor. You can imagine that if you just keep cycling through this, right, you're going to get perfect alignment. You dump 10, 20, 30, 100 jobs into the system, and you're starting to get all this work saved, because it's a huge amount of effort to have to align your resume with all these different job postings. Everyone's going to be asking for something slightly different. Okay, so if you want to go back and you want to load any one of the optimizations to get it, you can just hit the load button and boom, it's all loaded back up. Away you go. What are some of the other interesting things? Well, the analytics is something that's interesting. Okay. Now, as you load up more and more resumes, you're going to begin to get an understanding about the alignment, right? So at a very high level glance here, you can see, oh, well, you know what? The resumes that I put into the system are pretty much 50-50 technical and leadership, right? And that makes sense because that's what I do, right? Is technical leadership. The job that we applied for, we saw, okay, it had the need for other aspects. So this would be a certain aspect of the job was product, leadership, high technical dimension for that role.